Hello guys, it's me, Nikki. Hello. This past weekend, I finally watched Bird Box on Netflix. And if you don't know what Bird Box is, are you living under a rock or a bird cage? What is happening? Are you blindfolded? Basically, if you've seen a lot of blindfolds on the internet lately, it is because of Bird Box. And Bird Box is a movie about an identity that shows you, I believe, your worst fear that makes you commit suicide. And in order to not see this entity and to save yourself, people are blindfolding themselves in the movie. Now, something that really helped Sandra Bullock in the movie, she's the leading star, is that she carries 3 birds with her in a box, and every time the sort of like demons / entities are close, the birds start making noise. Hence is why it's called Bird Box. Bird Box, yeah. And since literally 75% of the internet thinks that I am Olympia and I have a role in this movie, I thought this would be the perfect time to do a Bird Box inspired look. No, I am not Olympia. This sort of tends to happen a lot when there's a plus size blonde woman in a movie. I get tweets saying that I've hit another star role in a movie. It's not me. Anyways, so today I wanted to sit down and create a super creative and intense Bird Box inspired look, get the blindfolds out, get the paint out, get the birds out, get them chirping and tweeting. It is time for a creative makeup look. Okay, so my vision for this look is that one of my eyes transforms into one of the bird eyes, and then this side of the face is just a bird. I've seen this going around and I really liked what it did, and then I think combined with like the blindfold, it's gonna be really awesome. Now for that, I first need to work on my base because I don't wanna put an entire bird on my face and then have to go in with foundation after and then mess up my edges and my feathers. So the first thing you want to do is put a base on and get the sort of normal part of your face to look like you. First, I'm going to prime mostly the normal side of my face a bit and my forehead. Alrighty, so once I have that foundation on, you can use any foundation that you like. You can go for full coverage, soft coverage, medium coverage, buildable. You can do whatever you like. It is now time for concealer. And also, of course, only concealing the normal side of my face. And of course, also setting that with powder. Now, I'm not gonna apply false lashes or anything on this eye because I'm covering it up with a blindfold anyways. So why stick on lashes when you're only gonna hurt yourself with a blindfold later on, Now, that doesn't mean, however, that we can't sort of like spruce up the eye a little bit. So I am gonna add like a little bit of shadow to the crease, a little bit of mascara, just give it a little bit of love. All right, let me just quickly do all of that off camera, do this brow, fix up this eye a little bit. Let's get this side a little sorted and then we'll focus on the birds. Well, it's gonna be one bird, but All right, normal side is done. I put some eyeshadow on, I put a brow on, some mascara, and now it's time to focus on our bird. So my eye is gonna become the bird's eye. So I think the best thing to do first is sort of like sketch it out. Now, mind you, I have no idea what I'm doing here, like literally not a clue. I looked up Bob Ross painting tutorials on how to paint a bird. Surprisingly enough, in all those like 57 seasons, he's never done like a detailed bird. And then I was just looking at how to paint a bird tutorials, and it was hard. This is gonna be hard. All right, so if my eye is the bird's eye, that might be horrible. Oh my God, why does that look so bad? I think that's my outline. Oh, this is gonna become like a parody meme on Bird Box. It's gonna be like barely there box. Okay, here goes nothing. I'm just gonna start covering this up with a white face paint because the little head of the parrot is white. And by flicking the brush out at the edge, I'm trying to create like a soft, feathery look. You know, focusing on trying. So taking a flat synthetic brush, twisting it to its side, and then really just creating these like soft, feathery, literally feathery strokes. And then the more paint, face paint you pick up, and the more you kind of distribute on that edge, the more it's gonna be concentrated and look like an actual feather. Okay. Okay, when you actually look at their little eyes, you see that there are a lot of tiny little dots, almost like lashes, but dots. So I am gonna give myself a little bit more of a bird-like shape by creating a little bit of a wing, but then surrounding my eye with little dots. Using a black liner to line the inner part of my eye. Okay, little dots. Okay, then now I'm creating the little black lines that they have on the white parts of their face. Okay, so I have a feeling that this entire look is gonna look like a mess until the end, and then it's probably still gonna look like a mess, but at least we have a messy bird. Okay, let's work on his beak and make that nice and defined, and then we can work on his beautiful feathers. Now, of course, that blackness needs detail, so I'm going in with white. Adding some highlights to the tip of the beak to give it more dimension. Okay, we can always go back in later on and work on the beak a little bit more, but so far, kind of happy with it. Now let's work on the beautiful, beautiful feathery coat. I want to start off with a red. And using a fluffier brush, I'm just gonna stroke upwards to get a feathery look. So by placing the brush at the base, and then flicking it out, the bristles will just create that feathery look for you. See? See? Now going in with an orange, I'm just gonna stroke in to that red and continue our furry, feathery coat. Now I'm taking a green. This is going right in the mix. Just like that. And taking a yellow to sort of continue from that green. Also taking that yellow, and that is starting from the side of the face downwards. And as you can see, as long as you take like a blendy brush, really get that paint on there and create these strokes pulling downwards, they create that feathery look for you. You're taking the red, and from underneath, I start brushing it into the yellow. And then we can always go back in with the yellow later to like get that back in there. I think the most important thing is to just keep those sort of like pulling down brush stroke motions to get that feathery look. Back in with that yellow, and let's get that feathery look going. Okay, now with the tiniest bit of black, I'm just gonna add, that was my phone. Okay, now with the tiniest bit of black, I'm just gonna add a little bit of detailing around his little face to make sure that he stands out. Wow, he's starting to come alive. Woo! Okay, with a bit of light blue, I'm adding some highlights to the top. Okay, and last but certainly not least, I'm going in with a tiny bit of white and just glazing this over top for highlights. Alrighty, I'm quickly putting on some lashes and something on the lips, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I put a blindfold on. Actually, you know what's so funny? I think my, private life is a lot less kinky than I thought it was because I couldn't find a blindfold anywhere, and this is an old t-shirt. I put the blindfold on, I put a special contact in my normal eye to give me that sort of blind look, and yeah. That's it. I faded our little friend into my skin a little bit more as if he came out of nowhere. And that is my Bird Box inspired makeup look. This definitely was one of the most challenging looks I've ever had to do. It freaked me out a little because I didn't know what to do with the feathers, but as long as you just stroke down, you're good to go. And yeah, you can make your friend any color that you like. And that is my Bird Box inspired makeup look. Have you seen the movie? If you have, please let me know down below and let me know what you thought of it. Of course, if you enjoyed watching my video, I would highly appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.